Welcome to the only Black Ember compact review that you will ever need to watch. This insider guide will show you everything you need to know about this sling messenger crossbody fusion so you can decide whether it's the sling messenger crossbody fusion for you. And you're definitely gonna wanna stick around to the end of the review, because if this sling is not for you, I'll give you some alternative recommendations that might better suit your needs. Okay, let's kick off the review by talking about the overall gist of the Black Ember Kompak. This is a 5-liter sling/crossbody made from killer materials, designed with a ton of different pockets and features, and that also boasts an impressive amount of carrying space. Like all Black Ember products, the style is kind of gothic urban-y, at least to me. It's obviously got that darker vibe. I mean, the name, Black Ember, right? I mean, they're going for a vibe there. But ultimately, this is for you if you're looking for like a small bag. You just got some in your pockets that you don't want in your pockets, you want to put in here, and then you want a little extra space for those days when you got a little extra gear. That's what this crossbody does very, very well. We've got 5 liters of space, some top-notch materials. I'm talking YKK zips, Cordura recycled nylon on the exterior, ripstop nylon on the interior, metal hardware. I mean, this crossbody is just killing it in the materials game. It's currently offered in one color option. Black Ember only serves black. They do offer camo sometimes, but mostly just black. A super light 0.75 pounds. This is the sling when it's empty, and this is the sling when it's full. Because of the build, it definitely maintains its shape even when it's empty, which can create a bit more bulk on the negative side, but it gives you more room to play with on the positive side. I'll show you exactly what can fit in this sling throughout the review, because we're gonna pack it the out. This is the crossbody on me. For reference, I am 5'8". Overall, the comfort, not too much to complain about. We got a little interesting shoulder strap system here. Usually though, on a 5-liter sling, you don't have to worry about comfort too much, but I'll get into that a bit more in detail on the outside of the review. Black Ember offers a lifetime warranty to be free of defects in materials and construction. It's important to note that doesn't cover wear and tear. And for all that, the Black Ember Compact Sling, as of recording, costs around $120 US. And since we're talking about the price, if at any point in this review, you're like, I want to buy one of those, then we do ask that you make your purchase using the first link in the description, just right down there. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Okay, let's start with the outside of the Black Ember Kompak. Now, usually when I'm talking about like the front of a bag, I start with the branding, right? Because usually that's like, it's always like right there. But that's one cool thing about Black Ember. Their branding is super subtle. You got logo, you got Black Ember on the zippers, you got a couple of logos discreetly placed on the hardware, but nothing on the front. So if you like that super urban, anonymous type look, but even more importantly, something that people often overlook is the materials, right? Because we're talking about the outside of the bag, the materials are the most dominant aspect, right? This material is Cordura recycled Recor RN66. Cordura is a brand that makes some of the best nylon in the galaxy, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe even further. It's a material that is highly weather resistant and durable, but it's got a bit of a scratchy feel to it. Not in a bad way, but it's just not like as smooth as maybe like Cordura 1680 ballistic nylon. But I think that it also gives it a really interesting look. It's a bit more unique, but materials like this are known to sort of be a dirt and hair magnet. Especially if you're a proud pet owner, cats, dogs, this material is more likely to pick up that hair. Let's start with the first pocket. Magnetic opening and closure, very satisfying. You know, if you're paying $120 for a crossbody, which is a lot of money for a crossbody, you want a little extra satisfaction when you're using it, right? And that's what Black Ember has nailed here. I love the opening of this, and think about this pocket because it's actually designed to harbor something very specific, your phone. 2 reasons. One, because of just the shape, right? Like I got an iPhone 13 regular, you can see it fits perfectly in this pocket, but also the accessibility. Your phone's something that you just want to grab quickly, right? Whether you're checking your messages or using your Apple Pay. And what you'll notice about this pocket is that quick accessibility, right? Which is going to vary from other pockets in this sling. It'll be one of my points of criticism is the lack of access with the main compartment. But with this front pocket, there is no lack of access. It it is smooth, it is fast, it is easy. There's enough space in this pocket as to where the phone slides in quite nicely while still keeping it sleek. And quick access is something that's extremely important to me. So important that I'm not sure if you know, but here at Nomads Nation, we're actually on the journey of building our own backpack and sling, and we're documenting the entire process. The backpack/sling combo is gonna have next level access. It means so much to me, like just to shed those seconds off and to be able to just have something seamless to be able to grab my gear with. And we're going through this whole process of building it, and we're getting our community involved in the building process, which means that you get to vote on some of the key features like colors, materials, designs, pocket locations. So if you want to help vote on the backpack that our community is helping build, then check the second link in the description. That link will let you join our email list. We'll get a behind the scenes look, voting access, and a bunch of other awesome stuff. Hope to see you on the email list. Back to this guy. And the magnetic closure gives you a little extra peace of mind, a little extra weather resistance in case it rains, right? The rain's not gonna go into this pocket. Just overall, nice, simple pocket. No additional organization in this pocket, and you can put other things in there. Don't have to put your phone. But if you do put your phone in there, notice this guy right here. What are you? It's a cord pass-through hole, which I'll show you how it exactly works when we get into the main compartment, but the gist is you got a battery in the main compartment. You got a cord that connects to the battery, you weave the cord through there, and then you can charge your phone while you are using the bag. I'll show it in full motion in just a sec. Next, let's talk about the carrying options, right? So there's a carrying handle on the top, like a hand handle, and then sort of the crossbody shoulder strap, which connects to the back of the compact, the back of the pack. The hand handle is removable. Well, actually, both of them are. It's actually pretty easy to take off. This handle, I love the hardware, metal hardware, yet again, like the magnets, just to help give it a bit of a premium feel. The material itself is the same core dura nylon, nice stitching. I wanna say, I could use more padding, but you don't really need it. It's a 5-liter sling. This thing's not gonna be very heavy, so I think the handle is exactly what it needs to be. Now, the other carrying aspect is the shoulder strap. Now, as to where this is connected with a little hook like that, these use G-hooks, which can be a and a half to get off sometimes. But yet again, you're not gonna be probably taking straps on and off. You'll sort of figure out your system. Same metal hardware. We've got some nylon here, which I'm not crazy about this nylon. This nylon is very coarse and thick. I'm very critical of this nylon on the Black Ember TKS sling because it actually comes into contact with your skin, right? This though, with the way it's designed, it does not. So therefore, this nylon gets a pass in my book this time, Black Ember. And then basically, we've got this shoulder strap right here. Now, it's quite a thick shoulder strap. It's pretty beefy for a sling this size. And it's quite stiff. Notice this, right? Like it's not really worn in yet. I haven't really used this sling too much, but I do suspect that over time it will sort of get a little bend going on to it. And I think that there is enough padding there. Actually, I think there's more than is necessary for a sling of this size. So more or less for the carrying options, I think it's great. And just in the situation that you just want to carry it in hand mode and take the shoulder strap off, it's nice and clean, you can do so. I don't know how often you do so. Maybe if you just want to carry it as a tech pouch, that's cool. It's a cool tech pouch. OMG. And then when you get to your destination, you pop the straps on and boom, you went from tech pouch to crossbody. Let's talk about the inside of the Black Ember Compact. Now for the inside, we're gonna basically talk about the two compartments. You got the main compartment and the back compartment. And to get into those compartments, unlike this, which is a magnet opening, the other compartments are via zippers. A couple points on these zippers. Point one, aesthetically, I'm not crazy about them. Yet again, it's kind of like that whole gothic look. I always feel like it looks like the finger of an emaciated witch. I don't know why. It just freaks me out a little bit. But they're quite functional, these things. A little bit of grip, right? It's a small touch, but it goes a long way. And these zippers with these Hypalon tabs, they have holes cut in them. And that is so these zippers can tie into each other. And it's an anti-theft mechanism. It's not like a vault. It's not gonna keep, like you can still cut into this thing or just do this. But it will help to deter a pickpocket, right? And that's what that's for. And you can take it a step further by taking both zippers, putting them into here, right? Like that. So there's multiple locking options, which yet again, small thing that I personally don't really use unless I'm just fidgeting with. But if you like to fidget, then it's an awesome little fidget thing as well. So that's important to note. So you got the interlocking zips right here, and then the side locks for the main compartment. And then on the back, there's only a single zipper, which has a single lock system right here, right? So if you just want to protect your Kindle, slide that on through, little extra peace of mind. Getting into the main compartment, you'll notice that these are YKK PU coated zips, right? That's that coating right there. Water protection. Make sure that no rain is getting through to this main compartment because you got a lot of stuff in there, right? And what's nice about this is it's a pretty smooth opening. Sometimes YKK PU coated zips are a little sticky. These are a lot smoother. And now, we're in. The meat and potatoes. This is where all the magic happens. Or is it? Because my first criticism of this is going to be, while the quick access for this pocket is legit, this is not really quick accessy. Like, I guess in theory, you know, because you're wearing the sling like this, right? So if you want to grab something, I guess you could sort of open that, but this clamshell style opening is fantastic as a tech pouch, right? Because you can sort of get to all your stuff as you need it, but it's not the greatest thing as like a sling. Like, take like the Bellroy Venture sling that we just reviewed. That whole thing, it's just right here, and whatever you need is just grabbable, right? Tote, water bottle, keys, anything, because it's that slit, it's that motion. But this though, the sling, to get some of the stuff in the sling, you're gonna have to dig or take it off and do the full clamshell unzip. Definitely not the end of the world. Definitely a minor inconvenience at worst. But in your day-to-day usage of this sling, it's something to be aware of because it is something you are going to have to just accept. Two sides, we got the gray side and the black side. Gray side, we got the key ring holder, which I'm a big fan of. Yet again, Black Ember bringing their A game with their materials. Magnetic, easy to take on and to take off. I'll go ahead and throw a couple keys on here. Now, one thing about these keys is it's a part of Black Ember's modular ecosystem. Now, I will say Black Ember's modular ecosystem is not like as next level and well thought out as, let's say, Boundary Supplies or Peak Designs. As to where if you have multiple bags, you can take the keys off of the compact and then pop it onto a different bag. And there's examples of modular ecosystemness throughout this entire bag. I'll try and break it up where I can. One thing I like about these keys is that you have this little pocket right here. So if you don't want that little jing jangle going on, you can slide the keys in there and they are nice. This material is a ripstop nylon. You can see that by these squares right here, right? These squares just sort of help any tears, right? Which is really nice to have. And this is a pocket, you know, we got some organization. We got large compartment at the top. It runs all the way to the bottom. Smaller compartment, yet again, runs to the bottom. And then these two pockets. Now I'm gonna keep my keys in there. This obviously is for a pen. Unfortunately, my pen isn't like super in there. You know, like all pens seem pretty universally sized, so I would appreciate if this pocket rose a bit higher so then I could feel like my pen was like snugly fitting in there, like this little outer thing would be connected properly. It's not. Then I'm gonna throw a moleskin notebook in the smaller compartment. And yeah, let's do the phone charging thing. So I got a portable battery, connect the wire, throw it on in there, pass it through the loophole, and let's keep my iPhone charging. That is electricity, baby. I'm not a huge fan of cord pass-through holes. I find myself very rarely using them. I'll probably just throw it in here, you know, if I need to charge my phone on the go, but it does work. The pocket is pretty well organized. I mean, this whole compartment minus this pen thing, that's gonna irk me. But aside from that, I like what's going on here. Time for the black side. On this side, we have 1, 2, like slit pockets. You got this little pocket right here, which I'm very confused about. We'll talk about that in a sec. And a zipper pocket. So let's try and organize some stuff in here. The first thing I'm thinking is like, yo, where am I putting my shades? I don't feel like there's a dedicated area for them, but I guess, yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. All right, sunglasses are going there. And then for this pocket above the sunglasses pocket, it's interesting. You'd think that it goes all the way down, but it don't. It stops right around there, which makes it easier to grab smaller bits of gear, which is nice because I don't have a lot of long bits of gear, right? Like these are long, but they go there and that's fine. So that's why I'm gonna put my AirPods there. And it's scary because I think they're gonna go down into the black hole of death, but actually, if you can see, they stop right there and are actually easily accessible. And I actually like the design of this. I think that's really nice. That's where my AirPods are going. Now let's talk about this zippered pocket. For me, I like zippered pockets to have themes. So I'll either put like all my electrics in there, like a battery, backup headphones, and maybe my AirPods, right? But instead, I'm gonna take the health route, right? So I always like to carry some extra tissue paper with me, backup mask, my nicotine gum keeps me off the cigarettes, that's health. Put all that back there, nice fit. But it's a big pocket, it fits the entire like area of this back panel, so you can fit bigger things in there as well. Let's just run a test, see if it fits my Kindle, and it absolutely does. That's actually pretty cool too. Now, I'm not gonna keep my Kindle in there, I'll put it in the back, I'll show you why in just a sec. Let's talk this pocket, I don't like it. Here's why. It's too small for a wallet, right? So like the whole time I'm like, all right, cool, where am I popping my wallet? It would be cool if you could just pop a wallet in there, but it's not that big. It's not big enough for a wallet. It's big enough for a card, like perfectly big enough. But that's it. And for me, that feels a bit prescriptive. Cause also, like, when am I gonna put a card there? Like, I guess business cards maybe, but I've had my own businesses for 10 years now. And I have used a business card a grand total of 0 times. It's just kind of like, I don't know, I guess if you're networking or like doing sales, maybe business cards are helpful, but it just seems like a very specific pocket for a very specific thing, and it's a bit prescriptive for me, and I think they could have done something differently there, unless I'm missing something. Is this pocket for something that I'm not seeing? If so, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you. And there seems to be a little side pocket right here, which can also be good for pens. You can probably get some, oh, I like that much better for pens, at least in terms of a fit. Accessing can be, no, it's not bad actually. That's better for pens. 2 pen pockets? I don't know, you tell me. But here's something cool. I get asked a lot on this channel, Aaron, what's the best sling for a water bottle? And there's, truth be told, there's not a lot. Right, because slings have a tendency to be small, and water bottles have a tendency to be bigger and bulkier. But this compact crossbody can in fact fit a water bottle, I think. Let's try it. Maybe not when it's fully packed out. Oh, nope, even when it's fully packed out. Wow. That is a full crossbody. Now notice I took out the glasses, and depending on the way that you pack this sling, you may or may not need to take some things out to be able to fit a water bottle. But just know that in the situation that you need to fit a water bottle, and this one, for reference, is a 16-ounce Columbia water bottle. Pretty basic, pretty standard. It barely fits, so maybe if you're looking for a water bottle to integrate with this sling, maybe get a smaller one, like a 14-ounce or a 10-ounce or a 12-ounce or numbers. But overall, I think that the storage capacity of this main compartment is pretty impressive. Let's see if my new Sony headphones fit in there, shall we? I'm a new over-the-ear headphone user. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm scared because these things were expensive. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Quite interesting is that the shape and the design of this sling allows it to fit bulkier items that you wouldn't be able to fit in other slings. And while the clamshell opening kind of sucks in some ways, AKA for access, it does allow you to fit larger items like headphones, like a water bottle. So with anything in design, it's always a give and a take. You win some, you lose some. Last compartment is the back compartment. So the shoulder strap can get in the way. This is a common occurrence on all types of bags, right? So just make sure that the shoulder strap is yonder, and then you can go ahead and get in. Yet again, YKK, waterproof zip, super smooth. And inside this compartment, we have a back compartment, a front compartment, beefy sort of middle section, surprisingly beefy. Now, Black Ember says that you can fit an iPad mini in here. I don't own an iPad mini, I own an Air. I tried, doesn't fit, but the mini should be fine. Because of the shape of this, it's just a good spot for longer, thinner items, such as a moleskin notebook. You're going here, nice. Oh, tight fit, we'll see if it closes. Kindle going in the back. I'm gonna throw a tripod in the middle, and I'm gonna get weird with it. I have a half-eaten protein bar. I don't know if this is gonna close. Actually, it absolutely is going to close. Wait for it. Wow. A little tight on the corner here. Oof, yes, we are in. Thrusters engage, we have liftoff. Let's talk about the overall pros and the overall cons of the Black Ember Kompak. Overall pro number 1, impressive capacity. Pro number 2 is the next level materials. And pro number 3 is that all the zippers are waterproof, which is just great. It really just helps to give you that extra security with your tech gear. But on the flip side, I got some cons. Con number 1 will be the limited access, especially to the main compartment while you're wearing it. And con number 2 is just with some of the pockets, the design, the fit. This pen pocket is a bit strange to me. I don't know why they made a card holder. Please let me know what should be going there. Where does my wallet go? I just think maybe there could have been a little bit better done in terms of the pockets, but everyone carries different stuff. I get it. Just doesn't work perfectly for me. So if you've taken all the pros and all of the cons into consideration, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm getting one, then we do ask that you make your purchase using the first link in the description. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you so much. But let's say you're not quite sold. You don't know why, but you're just not quite there yet. You want another recommendation for another crossbody sling or something. Let me sip my tea and then I will tell you. Alternative recommendation number 1 is going to be the Bellroy pouch. This is for you if you're totally digging the crossbody pouch look, but you want something a bit more minimalist, a little less Black Ember-y. And to learn more about the Bellroy pouch, you can take a look in the description below, and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative recommendation number 2 is gonna be the Black Ember TKS. This is gonna be for you if you're totally digging the Black Ember vibes, but you don't want the crossbody as much as you thought. You just kind of want a good old-fashioned sling, right? If that sounds like you, the TKS blew my mind. I was quite a fan of it. And to watch the full review, just navigate down yonder, and you can do that. And you know what, speaking of the Black Ember TKS, I think that if you've watched this far into the review, you're obviously really into what Black Ember's bringing to the table, and you should watch our full review of the TKS. Great materials, thoughtful organization. Go ahead and click the video now to watch our full review. My name's Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.